Las Vegas history was made when the Las Vegas Aces defeated the Connecticut Sun 78-71 in Game 4 of the WNBA Finals to win Las Vegas its first ever Major League Professional Sports Championship. And joining us to talk about the significance of this accomplishment are Melissa Ferris, co-host of Girl Chat Sports, and Monisha Threets, also co-host of the podcast Girl Chat Sports. Ladies, thank you so much for taking the time. Yes. This is the first Major League pro sports title in Las Vegas history, and it's won by women. Let's start there. What does that milestone mean for both of you?
Okay, I'm going to start first because I'm born and raised here in Las Vegas. So not only is it a thing where it's driven by women to be the first, it's the first we've ever seen in this city. I would have never thought in my wildest dreams growing up here that we'd have any professional sports teams. We always looked to other cities, neighboring states that had teams to rally around and support. So when the Aces got here, what was it, 4 years ago? I mean, it was like an elation. And the fact that the women just had so much talent and depth that it was bound to happen. We could foresee it. And when you saw Becky Hammon come into fruition, it just all played together. So this win it's really huge. It's huge because it's the first for a major league sports team. And it's huge, secondly, like to your point, Amber, women. We are doing it. We are, we secretly have capes on us. We are saving days and saving cities and putting smiles on people's faces once again. So it's a city that not only just has to focus on gaming, now we actually have sports to focus on. We have that type of style of entertainment now.
Well, and I think we've also been talking, we've been discussing it for the last 3 years, like what if women bring the first championship to Las Vegas? All this season, listen, I can feel like as it got closer, like, okay, we're really good. We're really, really good. Like this has to happen. And lo and behold, it's here. The women bring the first championship. And that's just monumental in itself. Plus during Title IX, the 50th anniversary, like women in sports, women having that opportunity, young girls being able to see that happen, it's amazing.
I saw a lot of young girls and young ladies out at that parade that we were all at. And what does this mean for them?
I think it means that sky's the limit for them, that they can achieve anything. I think that they have these women to look up to as a women empowerment thing, and also seeing what drive and determination looks like and what the outcome of success looks like, as well as trying to stand on beliefs and stand on the fact that sometimes women are still taking a back seat in sports and not getting the recognition they deserve. They're now seeing that coming into fruition. They're seeing these ladies play on national sports networks now. So I think with them, it's like, hey, I can be the next Dearica Hamby or Asia Wilson or Kelsey Plum. I can have the dog in me and get out there and achieve something.
And for those that aren't the little girls, there's women that can go, hey, I can coach too. Because I know when I was growing up playing sports, we didn't have very many. I had 2 that I can count coaches that were women out of all the coaches I've had. So for people coming in now saying, oh, well, this woman just coached into a WNBA champion on her first year. Like, come on. Like, it's just great for all women, all boys, all girls that are growing up to see this happen.
Well, while you talk about that, the boys, why is it important for men to see this too?
Oh, wow.
Well,
to know that women can.
Yeah, to show that women can. It's no can't, And I think it disproves a lot of theories that a lot of men have. That it's not a real sport, or they're not really out there. High school teams can take these women on, basketball. No, these are skilled professional players with a skilled professional coach behind them and a whole bench and team and organization that is paying these women what they, I feel like they should be absolutely paid more. We'll talk about that.
We're going to talk more about
yes.
pay. Let's talk about, the first Major League pro sports team in Las Vegas was the Vegas Golden Knights. And in their inaugural season, they reached the Stanley Cup final. And there was a big deal made about this will be the first Major League team to win a title in Las Vegas. Are the Aces getting the same amount of recognition for this accomplishment?
Of course not. Of course not. Unfortunately, no. I do believe there was a great coverage of the parade or the celebration, the rally. But leading up to it, there were some events that, leading up to the Stanley Cup Finals, there was, the Statue of Liberty was donned in a jersey,
Yeah.
and
New York.
everybody's colors of lights were black and gold, and Vegas Golden Knights colors, and there was so much going on for them. And here it's kind of like, well, we're having a rally, we're having a celebration, but we didn't see that same stuff happen throughout the county. We didn't see it through the whole city. Kind of, what were other companies doing? What were other establishments doing to help support and celebrate that?
Yeah, that was a big miss. I think it wasn't until they were called out that they posted a congratulatory.
You're talking about
The
the
Vegas Golden Knights. Yeah, and to what we were discussing before, you go on their Instagram page and you see UNLV Athletics has acknowledged these girls, and other sports teams, Lights and other local teams, but nothing from the Knights until it was a tweet about their congratulatory. So I thought that was kind of interesting. And I know the city rallied behind an anomaly, because that is an anomaly to have a first born franchise out of Vegas go to the Stanley Cup Finals, not once but twice. They didn't make it, but that is something that doesn't happen in other NHL leagues. And I don't know if it's going to happen again with us, but I think if one is not winning, then we need to support the ones that are. We're all one, and I just feel like that needs to be a bridge that needs to definitely that gap needs to be bridged together in some kind of way where they need to kind of link up, because you see the attitudes of fans for the Golden Knights because they were just so upset that this was not them. And I don't understand it, because we're all in the same community of Vegas.
Are there people who do not believe the WNBA to be a major league
Oh yeah.
Oh
level
yeah,
of sport?
they don't.
We get those comments throughout
Yeah.
our posts on social media, and why would anyone want to watch women play basketball? I'm sorry, did you see the Seattle Storm and the Las Vegas Aces series? That was probably some of the best basketball I've seen this
Right.
year. Like, amazing. And I think, unfortunately,
More competitive than the finals.
most definitely,
Mm-hmm.
most
Yeah.
definitely. Sometimes it takes a person to see something like that, or to be at a parade, to think, what, maybe this is when I start becoming a fan. That's fine. Become a fan whenever you can, but support and become that fan, because this is our city now, and this is where we're supporting.
And actually, you've had that. I did see that twofold in that celebration. You had people that weren't Aces fans that actually got on board and said, you know what, they're the real deal. I'm getting some merchandise. I've seen that. I've seen now, and then we've seen sellout arenas at Michelob Ultra leading up to this monumental moment. I mean, the arena was completely electric. It was sold out. I mean, the fans are showing up. Tickets were very reasonable, very reasonable. Whereas the Golden Knight tickets, they're priced a lot higher because of the success that league has had. So it kind of boxes out some people that may not be able to afford to go, but still secretly rally behind it. You didn't get that with the Aces. That was a weird thing. You didn't get that.
There was discussion about WNBA pay, and if it were better, Brittany Griner would have never been in Russia playing.
Right.
She would have just stayed here and made enough money
Right.
here. She's now stuck there.
Yeah.
She's in prison, and it is a very scary situation for these women who are going to be traveling in Europe now. What is the pay rate like? What's the discrepancy still between WNBA and NBA?
Well, you got to look at the history of NBA. It's been around for 76 years to our WNBA 26 years. You're looking at now the growth of recognizing WNBA and seeing it on a national stage. They have to build up sponsorships. Diana Taurasi, Jewel Lloyd, Brianna Stewart are probably the three top highest paid, and that's only a $200,000 plus salary compared to a Steph Curry, who's getting the $84 million with Golden State, and then the endorsement deal with Under Armour. That's slated to be $1 billion if he wanted it. It's huge. I mean, it's unreal. It's almost unrealistic. And we talk about the travel and what they have to go through of flying commercial as opposed to flying private. I mean, there are a lot of things that we still have to work on to get these women the respect and the earned respect through their pay that they deserve. And like I said, it is a young franchise, and we talk about this because 26 years seems like it's something, but it's still small. So I think once this recognition of the team winning, I think endorsements will come. I think more representation will come from sponsorships, from local support, national support. I mean, they're really on the world stage. If Barack Obama can send out a tweet to these Aces, I think everybody's eyes are now open.
We just got to give it a little bit more time, but of course, the thing is, people always ask, well, why aren't they getting paid more? Well, are you buying merchandise? Are you buying tickets? How are you supporting the women to get those salaries? The money doesn't just come out of nowhere.
Yeah, that's true.
We've got to be able to put the revenue in, too.
Yeah.
So if we're buying knickknacks here and there for other teams, why can't we buy it for the team that's won the championship?
Yeah.
Last question about Becky Hammon. She became the highest paid coach in the WNBA with a $1 million per year salary. What is the threat of her leaving to perhaps the NBA?
It's something to consider.
Mo talks about borrowed time. We're on borrowed time with her. I mean, she's had the experience with the NBA and has done so well, like you mentioned, in the Summer League, with the Spurs. But it's, you know, who knows how long we have her for? We'll take it for as long as we can. If she wants to stay here and give us 5 championships. I mean, the ladies in the celebration all mentioned, hey, we're coming back next year. We'll be here every year doing the same thing. We're all for it. And if Becky wants to stay with that, that's great. But, you know, I think she does deserve to have a shot and be that first women's head coach for the NBA.
She does.
And so if she were to leave, then it would be something, it would be bittersweet.
It would definitely be bittersweet, and it'd be tough shoes to fill.
Yeah.
Huge bench, huge shoes to fill. Don't know where the players would go from there. Don't know if it would be a dismantling of them or if they decided to choose other franchise. We just don't know. But to Mel mentioning the borrowed time, that is pretty much what we're on. But I look forward to seeing a back-to-back and a back-to-back and a back-to-back. And these girls.
Listen to Girl Chat Sports. Thank you so much for your time.
Thank you. Thank you for having us.